my place, and I am welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of York Region. I'm so pleased that you're here with us today. Today's speaker is Sheila Maillet. She's going to be talking to us about love, a gift worth unwrapping. It's, just the thought of love can warm open hearts and pain or cynical or jaded hearts. And maybe it's the top of your Christmas list, or what's the first Christmas gift that you open? Love can, in the whirlwind of all what we're going through, love can get lost in the tangible. So today we're going to explore ways to prepare our hearts to rediscover the sparkle of Christmas love in everything. Let's start with prayer. I invite you to close your eyes and think about the gifts that we're receiving at this time, this interesting time of the pandemic, interesting time of home, interesting time of settling in to doing things differently, and knowing that wherever we are, God is. No matter what, God is present. No matter where, God is present. No matter how, God is present. We're so grateful for modern technology that connects us across the miles to each other, to this community, to the world. We honor and bless all spiritual communities meeting today and throughout the week. We know that there are many names for God, many paths for God, many ways to celebrate that God, but it's all the same God. However we see it, believe it, accept it, surrender to it, it's all the same. One energy, one power, one presence. So as we come together, we see that energy today as love. We are blessed, and so it is. Amen. So today is the third week of Advent. Advent means going towards. And so we are going towards, actually right now, towards the winter solstice, which will be December 21st, actually next Monday, Sunday night, Monday. And so we are here to light the third candle, which is the candle of love. You see the other three candles lit at this time. The candle, the Christ candle in the middle, the candle of hope or faith and peace. And now we're going to light the candle of love. And know that as we do, we feel that love within us. Kent Dinning is going to read the daily word for us today. Kent?
The daily word today is inspired by 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. And the greatest of these is love. Love surrounds me and fills my heart. Love fills my senses throughout this Advent season. I find it in the taste and aroma of my favorite holiday recipes, lovingly made. I hear it in my favorite Christmas music, sung with joy. I feel love in a child's enthusiastic hug and in a friend's caring touch. I see love and joy in the festive decorations adorning houses and neighborhoods. The love of friends, family, and neighbors at Christmas time surround me in so many ways. Throughout the year, love remains the most beautiful evidence of the presence of God in and through all things. Love is the harmonizing power that infuses the world and everyone in it. Inspired by divine love, I perceive the divine in every person and all situations. So let's say the affirmation together that we see on the screen. Love surrounds me and fills my heart.
Thank you, Kent. That was perfect. It's such a great explanation. So now we're going to listen to some music. In a minute, I'm just going to mute myself and stop my video.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, rain and beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born.
Wasn't that a sweet version? That is so sweet. All right. So, Unity of York Region is part of the larger unity movement. And a lot of unity groups have adapted and adopted the Unity Ministry, the Unity Worldwide Ministries vision statement, which is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And that power only comes from one place, comes from within us. It comes from God. It comes from that one presence and one power that is transforming the world through us, through our consciousness. And as our consciousness grows and expands, the world gets transformed. And what is ours to do here at Unity of York Region? It's to be a vibrant, thriving spiritual community serving the world by embodying principles of higher consciousness. It's not just enough to know them. It's enough to embody them, to be them, to use them wherever we are, whether we're out in the grocery store or whether we're driving or whether we're at home, wherever we are to embody those unity principles and serve the world. So let's bring those statements together with our affirmation, and you can repeat it with me. God is, I am, we are together transforming the world, because we can't do it by ourselves. And one of our prayer projects is praying with the rest of the community centers across Canada. And so for the month of December, we are all praying with Unity Church of Agape in Scarborough, Ontario. So let's affirm peace and prosperity and harmony and love for this community. Another prayer project we have is having prayer chaplains. And if you would like one-on-one prayer with one of our prayer chaplains, just email or call us and we will get back to you. You can also, if you need immediate prayer, call Silent Unity, 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Let's now sing the Love Came Down at Christmas.
Love came down at Christmas. Love, oh lovely, love divine. Love was born at Christmas. Star
Wasn't that sweet? That was just adorable. Those little girls. So now it's time for our announcements. We have some interesting announcements. This is the last week of the Advent book study that Debbie Long is doing with Unity York Region, of course. And it's about this week. Oh, I don't know what it's about. So it's probably about joy, because that is the fourth Sunday. So I invite you to come on Thursday at 7:30 and join the rest of the group. On January the 7th, I'll be starting a class at the same time that you normally have your class on Thursdays at 7:30. And it's going to be Eye of the Storm. This is a book and a class about not trying to push conflict away, knowing that where two or three gathered, there will be conflict. And so it's about how to be peace in the center, how to accept it and learn it and see it as a gift to us. And if you want to take this course, please email me. My email address is right there. It's also in the email that you get every week, so that I can send you the Zoom link and also the syllabus, so you can see what we're going to be covering. On Christmas Eve, we are going to be having a candlelight service live on Zoom at 7:30 p.m. This is so amazing, because, you know, without what's happening now with all our services on Zoom, we would not have a Christmas Eve service normally. So this is the opportunity to actually make sure that you're focused on what is the reason for the season. So I invite you to join, and the Zoom link will be sent. Next week, we're in for another treat with Deidrey, Francois singing and speaking and just doing a complete service with music and talk and prayer and meditation. We just love this Deidrey, so I'm looking forward to that. Today, we're going to try something new after service. We're going to have a little experiment. And so I invite you to stay on after the service and see what's happening. Now it's time for another song.
Hope
Isn't that cute? And now it's time for Sheila to gift us with her talk.
And I apologize for, I touched my screen and lost it, so you get to watch me get it set up again. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Love, a gift worth unwrapping to give. And everyone, the songs and Pat and the prayers and Kent, everyone has spoken to that so far this morning. And it just feels so awesome. Sawabona, and that is me reaching out to you across space and time to connect heart to heart and mind to mind, knowing that it's in each calling the best in one another forward to create this sacred time together. And it is my hope and prayer that you find blessings in this service and in the time that we have to share. And if this resonates with you, I invite you to reply with Yabo Sawabona. And let this be an additional gift this morning, and this beholding the Christ within one another. So the journey of Advent, as Pat already mentioned, it's that moving towards the preparation of heart and mind for the birth of the Christ light within us. And it's that feeling of being pregnant in expectation of what's next, of that birth of the coming light, the birth of the promise. And it really is an adventure, that journey. And we started it off with the spark of hope. That's when you're in that dark space of despair or whatever that looks like. And there is a spark of hope. Hope is that thought of something new, something different, the possibility of brighter times ahead. And hope lights the candle of faith. Faith is the ability to believe in something that is yet unseen. It is that being able to reach into the unseen and form in our minds and hold that energy to move it forward, to draw it into creation. And when we have that faith solidly invested in the things that we desire and the things that we want, we are at peace. And that is the second candle that we light, is that sense of peace. And that peace is just the assurance that all is well, regardless of the appearance of things. And from that state of peace, we come to this week, which is love. And love, I like to think of it as a current, like currents in an ocean, or a bandwidth of frequencies. And they all have different flavors, different appearances. We can transmit them, we can receive them, and these frequencies, they are energy that we exchange in giving and receiving. And I find that the adventure, the journey of Advent, has so much to do with giving and receiving. We are called in this time of the season to share of our abundance. Giving is most prolific at this time of the year. And wouldn't it be wonderful if all of our giving and all of our receiving was just easy and wonderful? We've all had those moments of exchanging a gift that just is so perfect with someone. It's just received so well, or we receive a gift that is just so perfect and it's given with such love, and it's just feels so awesome. It's this giant spiral of gratitude and love and appreciation and all of those wonderful, wonderful feelings. And at the same time, we know that there's other experiences of giving and receiving that don't feel so good. And my invitation today is just to explore some of that. Flavors of love that can show up. There are so many of them, and this is just a few to give you an idea, to get the creative mind flowing. Compassion, kindness, romance, patience, acceptance, presence, empathy, nurturing, listening, loyalty. I mentioned acceptance. these are just a few of the flavors of love. And to give you an example, just one little story of one of these flavors of love as it showed up in our family at one Christmas: acceptance. At Thanksgiving, back when my sister and I were in university, my mother asked us to each choose something out of the catalog that we'd like for Christmas, because she was thinking about starting her Christmas shopping. And so we each circled a couple of things, and my mother was looking at what my sister circled, and she said, "What? You want that ugly sweater? You're kidding." And my sister said, "Well, Mom, you can get me a pretty fluffy pink lacy sweater that I will thank you for, and I will feel the love that you give it to me, and I will send it on to, Goodwill or whatever in January. Or you can get me something I'd like that I will wear, and I will still feel your love and feel the gift that you're given either way. So take your pick. Give a gift that you like to give, or give a gift that I like to receive." And Christmas came, and Mom just kind of looked disgusted at her. And Christmas came, and Heather opened her Christmas gift, and she looked at it, and her mouth fell open, and her heart fell open, and tears sprang to her eyes. And she says, "Mom, you bought me the ugly one." And there was just such a sense of love that just goes deep in that acceptance of who one another was, and an appreciation of the fact. And really, these are, like I say, these are just a few of the flavors of love, and that's just one tiny example. There's 5 kind of languages of love, and in this moment, the book, The 5 Languages of Love, the author escapes me, but she talks about the 5 languages of love: words of affirmation, acts of service, loving touch, quality time, and gifts of affection. And all of these are ways of showing our love. And when it comes to the adventure of Advent and giving in love and receiving in love, we wrap all of those things that I just described in physical form to make them more tangible. And there's the whole idea of the perfect gift, and we can get caught up in that idea of finding the perfect gift for someone, and in having our attachment to how they receive it, or having our attachment to its perfection, we can almost ruin it adds a flavor there that just is kind of distasteful. We've also experienced, the wrong gift, either giving the gift that just doesn't feel good to give, or it felt great giving, but we can see that it's not serving the person that we gave it to well. And likewise, the perfect gift, where you give it and you just, it's the right gift, and it just feels so good, and you want that feeling all the time. But sometimes we can lose the essence of the giving, lose the essence of the gift in the attachment to the outcome. Overgiving, when we want to give so much, and some of us put ourselves into debt that we have to face in January, or so many different needs are presented at Christmas time, and sometimes with harsh advertising, like the picture of the starving child saying, "Yes, thank you for your prayers and your love and your prayers, and it and it nourished me well." And you're just going, and yes, we're called into action. It's not enough to send just love and prayers. We are called to action, and at the same time, we can't solve the world's problems individually all at once. And giving more than what is ours to give doesn't serve us. You can't give from an empty cup. You can't deplete yourself and still have more to give. And this can be either physically or energetically, where we just give of ourselves so much to family and friends and so forth that we forget to look after ourselves. And undergiving, where we tell ourselves that we're giving generously, and perhaps maybe there's room for more. The story of a friend who said, oh, we went crazy last year and spent too much on our dogs, and this year we have set a spending limit. We will not go over it, $2,000 for each dog. And I had to watch my own mind as the judgment jumped in, thinking, you know, there are perhaps other things that money might have gone to. And I recognize that's all my own judgment, but it's just another way of looking at the whole giving thing. The gifts that are well received, where you feel the gratitude and appreciation and the love that comes with the gift. We can wrap our gifts in love, and often gifts come to us wrapped in love. And if we take the time to appreciate, feel into, and accept the love that came with the gift, that the gift was wrapped in, there's as much a gift there. And at the same time, we can't require that of others. The expectation that the gift be well received, again, is an opportunity for tainting the gift. Rejected gifts, gifts that aren't received well, and they can be physical gifts, they can be emotional gifts, they can be gifts of time. And when a gift is not received well, you know, the backwash of energy that comes back to us can be hurtful if we choose to let it. And again, recognizing that that's a choice, becomes so powerful. You've been working with the 4 agreements and taking nothing personally. You know, when we can give without expectation of how it's received, and when we can receive without expectation of how it's given, if we can, you know, accept rejection as easily as acceptance, then it can all be just energy flowing through us. It can all just be a gift of love. And it's not always easy. But even just becoming aware of the energy frequencies that we're attached to the gifts that we're giving and receiving can be so powerful. Gifts of guilt, which are really not gifts of love. And these gifts of guilt can be, it can take many forms. It can be the parent who feels guilty for, you know, abusing the child or for not being there for the child and tries to make up to it with an abundance of or plethora of physical gifts. Or it can be the feeling into your own bounty and plenty and feeling guilty that someone doesn't have as much as you have, and giving from that space of guilt. And gifts of guilt, like I say, the frequency of guilt is a low frequency. Taking the time to reframe it so that we're giving to something we believe in and giving to something we love, rather than giving to something broken or giving to something in need. The frequencies are just so different, and consequently the gift is so different. Speaking to that gift of need, it just changes everything when we give it, when we're giving from a space of abundance to abundance, and giving with the acceptance of the opportunity to share. Giving to something that we believe in and want to see grow and want to see thrive is so different than giving out of pity. Manipulation, that giving to get. And again, that is just so not the spirit of love, and is such a low frequency. And it can be so subtle. So gift giving, the non-physical and the physical, all of it, especially at this time of the year, we can wrap we tend to wrap the physical in non-physical gifts, so wrap the non-physical gifts in physical gifts. And coming back to what we're really giving with those gifts, you know, is it a gift of love? Is it a gift of a smile? Is it a gift of appreciation? Is it a gift of loyalty? Is it a gift of time? Is it a gift of patience or acceptance? Looking for the deeper energy that we're giving the gift from, or receiving it. The wrapping and how we unwrap it is as much or even more so the gift than the physical item itself. And so often the intangible can get kind of lost in the flurry of activity of the tangible things. And taking the time to really look at and feel into the energy with which we're participating can make all the difference in the world. Christmas gift giving, the love is the perfect Christmas gift. And what form does it take? You know, the jewelry store would have you believe that jewelry is the best. You can look at any other, story that the advertising marketers will tell you about the perfect Christmas gift. And the original Christmas gift, the gift of the Christ, was really that perfect gift, that gift of love. And it's feeling into and reclaiming it within ourselves, that Christ light within us. The Christmas gift giving, the words of affirmation, we can find all of the 5 gifts or 5 languages of love in the Nativity. The Nativity being the summary of the Christmas story that St. Francis of Assisi pulled together from all of the different Gospels. The words of affirmation that the angels sang to the shepherds, and that the angel brought to Mary, the physical gifts that the wise men brought to the Christ child. The shepherds brought their sheep. And notice how the story makes the point that it's not the monetary value of the gift that's the important piece. It's where it's coming from, the gift of the heart, the giving what you have to give. The acts of service, the animals in the stable that were creating the warmth. The gifts of service that the innkeeper gave by offering the space for the Holy Family to stay in. And again, not that it has to be big. It's about giving what we have to give. The loving touch of a mother and father holding the child. The Mary and Joseph, the quality time that each of the characters in the story brought to the other characters within the story. This is unwrapping that gift of love within all of the aspects of Christmas. And these things can all be found in the other holy days celebrated at this time, whether you're looking at Hanukkah or whether you're looking at Ramadan. They're all about light and all about love. The Christ is God's gift to each of us. What we do with it is our gift to God. And when we take the opportunity to just be with our giving and our receiving, to bring our best to it, to bring our sawabona, to make that connection heart to heart, mind to mind, and letting go of attachment to how the other person is holding up their end of it, and just, looking into what would love do here? How would love receive this? How would love give this? And do our part to the best of our ability in the moment. The greatest gift you can give to somebody is your own personal development. I used to say, if you take care of me, I will take care of you. Now I say, I will take care of me for you if you will take care of you for me, by Jim Rohn. And I find that there is such richness in this, because this is really about owning our side of the giving and receiving and letting go of attachment to the other side of the giving and receiving. Opening the space for possibility. The action and reaction can get so bumped up, like so attached, so something happens and we react. When we can create space between the action and our response, whether that's somebody giving to us or us giving to somebody else, and taking that moment to choose our response of giving or receiving, we can come to that sawabona moment of aligning with our best self, accessing the divine powers within us, those 12 powers that will be lighting at the Christmas candle lighting service. And when we align with that best self, we create space that converts the impossible to I'm possible. Notice it's just a little bit of space in there with a small adjustment to the I. Nowhere to now here. Centering ourselves just that little bit more. Going from responsible to response able. The Buddha was asked what he gained from meditation. He answered nothing. But let me tell you what I have lost: anger, anxiety, insecurity, depression, and fear of old age and death. And that is the practice of creating space. So to facilitate and put the sparkle back into the joy of our giving and receiving, so that our gifts are truly gifts of love, and we're truly receiving the full love that comes in the gifts that come our way. That to create that space, we take time with the Christ. We take time with the light within. And so I invite you now to join in song for meditation, to prepare ourselves for meditation.
In the silence I can feel the love. In the silence I can rise above. In the silence I can hear the voice. In the silence I am home. In the silence I can feel the love. In the silence I can rise above. In the silence I can hear the voice. In the silence I am home. In the silence I can feel the love. In the silence I can rise above. In the silence I can hear the voice. In the silence I am home.
And I invite you just to relax into your chair. Feel that sense of coming home, home to your heart. Breathing in gently to your heart, feeling that warmth. Allowing that warmth just to melt away any tension that you observe. Releasing it on the exhale. Inhaling more love. Feeling into the presence of the divine within you. Receiving that gift of love. That first Christmas gift. I invite you to take some time now in the silence to unwrap the gift of love within your own heart. Let it be your first Christmas gift, the deepest Christmas gift. When we take time in the silence to fill our own cup, we have something to give, something to share, a way of expressing the plenty that is around us and within us. We have a frequency of vibration that can truly bless the world. And I invite you now just to take a few moments to allow that love within you to radiate out. Feel it reflecting back to you, pouring through you, pouring from you, sending it to places that you would like to see blessed, places that you believe in, places that you would like to see thrive. Places that you would like to uplift. From this space of alignment with love, we affirm that all of our giving and receiving will be with these frequencies to the best of our ability. We celebrate the opportunity to come together in time like this. Heart to heart, mind to mind, big virtual hugs with the divine, with one another, with the world. And so it is. Amen. Just gently feel your toes and feel your feet, and coming back into song.
In the silence, I can feel the love. In the silence, I can rise above. In the silence, I can hear the voice. In the silence, I am home. In the silence, I can feel the love. In the silence, I can rise above. In the silence, I can hear the voice. In the silence, I am home. I am home. I am home.
Thank you so much, Sheila. That was just wonderful. You know, you just nailed it really as to what it's all about. We're just so blessed that we can have such great speakers here at Unity of York Region. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. After the service, we're going to have a chance to chat. So don't go away. Now it's time for us to offer our love in the form of financial contribution. This is how we can show our love to Unity of York Region. By contributing to our mission to allow us to go forward with what is ours to do, to inspire and support all each other. There's 3 ways that you can give. The easiest way is by e-transfer to contact@unityyorkregion.com. Or in the weekly email, there's a link that you can just click on, and it will take you to a website where you can give one time, or you can even set up recurring monthly giving, which is probably the easiest way. Or you can mail us a check to our post office box in Aurora. Whatever it is, we're grateful. Let's say our love offering blessing. And as you're saying this, it's about love. It's about this divine love that you're giving. So please say it from your heart. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because God is my source. Thank you, God. I am so grateful.
My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes.
Let's join in our community blessing. This is a recent addition to our service, and I just love it. Unity of York Region is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us, and we accomplish mighty works together. Well, guess what? We have a mighty work to accomplish. The JoJo has been sold, and so we are moving all our belongings to Diana and Robin's house, storing them in their basement, in their garage, and there's going to be packing going on. If you can help, just call Vesna and let her know. They have to be out by the end of the month, and I believe that Vesna and Scott, her husband, are actually going over there today to see what the situation is. So please call her after the service. Let's close now with a prayer for protection, and then the peace song, followed by the Go Forth blessing by Robin. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is, and all is well.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.
We are now surrounded and enfolded by the pure white light of Spirit. Nothing but good shall come to us, and only good shall go from us. Go forth in peace, radiant love, and abundant joy. Amen.
Amen indeed. Have a blessed week, everyone.